can you overcome the solution to your problem? Good. What would you like to change now? That's right. Good. When will you stop it from being a limitation? Now. Good. How many ways do you know you have solved this now? That's right. Good. I know you are changing and seeing things differently, aren't you? How was that?
Yeah, it's addictive. Yeah.
Good. Yep. Some of you seem a little bit, struggle a bit. Yeah.
I found it was quite empowering in the way that if you actually think about the ways that you're making that better, it's actually what your reality. So it's like that. You're just not connecting with that, you're just going back to your original decision to believe it.
Are you listening to the questions? Yeah. So when it makes you saying the questions, is it giving you answers and moving you towards?
I'm getting visualization going.
Oh, cool. Everyone else? I bet Nathan said you're struggling a bit.
Yeah, my mind kept going off on tangents, and so the question would become I would change as to what I was trying to find an answer for. So I really struggled.
Remember, you don't need to be consciously aware of an answer, yeah? So where your mind's taking is for a purpose. So what you think is wrong might not be what's wrong. Does that make a big, which I think, you know what I'm saying? So remember what you were saying before, you're like, we need to be conscious creators from our programming, and what we don't know, we don't know. So what we think is right might not be right, which is right.
So what my brain was actually doing could have been the right thing.
Not put off.
So it was, and I was ignoring it, trying to find it.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Just let you, whatever where you're going, you know. If you try to like work it out, you're gonna like it's taking you something. Like, come back. No, hold on. So I'm not saying you're a limiting program, but from what you've experienced and from your life, you're trying to have an answer for your model of the world. Yeah. What your brain is actually showing you what is real and what is your real reality. Or the path it's going to take you for, because this is obviously removing. So you're doing your limiting beliefs first, or your limiting decision. Which one did you pick? So you all knew what you're thinking about, yeah? The first one. So these answers were all applicable to, yeah. You all know. Cool. You know, so obviously, what's wrong? So you think about it. It's the first thing. What caused this problem? So you think about all the things that caused it. Make sense? And then have you failed to resolve these? All the things. And most people feel like, well, that's the past. I know how, now you know how to resolve this. Then what would you like to change? Boom, you've changed. Things are changing already. When will you stop from it being a limitation? Yesterday. How many ways do you know you've solved this? Boom, fucking. I know I'm changing, you know you're changing, seeing things differently, aren't you? And you're like, fucking hell. True? Yeah. True. Alright, let's do the second one. So obviously the first question I'm going to be asking you, what would happen if you did redecide this limiting decision? So if you did redecide that it doesn't serve you, and you know, so obviously if you did redecide that it's not a limiting decision, you think about all the possibilities that unfold. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Make sense? See, every time you go think, you're looking up at your... Huh?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's get into state. Get nice and relaxed. What would happen if you did redecide this limiting decision? What wouldn't happen if you did? What wouldn't happen if you didn't? What would happen if you didn't? Do you have a problem? Go inside and try in vain to have that same problem. It was a terrible problem, wasn't it? You want to make changes, haven't you? What would it be like when you've made those changes now? And now those changes now have been made, haven't you? Now is the perfect time to have made those changes, because now those changes have been made now. In the future, as you look back and see what it was like to have had that problem, which is a not problem, as you think about it now, if you could have made those changes for yourself now, so you could stop having made those changes, seeing yourself now. Good. Do you like the way you look? If you could have made those changes, and look back at yourself having made those changes now. Look at what's different. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Feeling confused? Right. Good stuff. Ready for the next one? Your eyes don't lie now.
No.
You can't trick me, buddy. It's alright.
That's right.
I said just go with it.
My brain will figure it out.
You're like, what the fuck's going on? Because remember when you have your eyes closed, legs are moving, hands are moving, like, what the fuck's going on in there? You know, kid. Just go with it. Don't try to work it out. All right. That was a double whammy, that one. So, if you have one that's a little bit more, you know, you're saying that you want to get rid of probably a little bit more, then this one will probably be a good one. Yeah? If there's something else that this sort of jumps out, you're like, you get this bad boy.
It's for a decision.
Pardon?
Decisions.
Yep. This is your last decision. Well, if you've got another, we can go through all three decisions. I'll just chuck 2 procedures together and just the fuck yourself.
Yeah, mine. Oh, wait, this way, and then I went that way. That way.
Because when you actually do that, your heads are moving as well, you know. Doing like, what's it, Ray Charles or Stevie Wonder. It's good, is it going there? Alright, this bad boy is called the Decision Destroyer. Let's get into stage up out of your head and into that powerful state of grace and into the heart center. So all doing fantastic. So, what's the problem? Oh, so you already decided that? Okay. Where were you when you were deciding that? And before that, where were you? Good. And just before that, where were you? As you think about the present situation in life now, notice how many more options you have. Notice how more power you have in your life. More ease, more effortless, more flow, more abundance, more unity, more wealth, more health. Life just seems a lot easier. Think about that old problem and notice how you feel now. Notice where it's gone. Notice it wasn't even there. As you think about the next time you may have had a decision that limits you, knowing what you know now, notice how much better you feel not doing it. Good. As you think about the next time you may have had a decision that limits you, knowing what you know now, notice how much better you feel not doing it now. Good. Good. Notice what changes. Notice what has already changed. Notice how you feel not doing that problem, which is a not problem, that was never there. That's right. Good. Now I want you to push yourself. Knowing there was nothing there. It's not about what now. Notice what changes all the way back to now. What is it? What is it not? That's right. How do you know? What is it that you're pretending to know this? Is it that you need to know this? Go inside and try in vain to have that same problem. Notice the disconnection. Notice the numbness. Because there's nothing there. Because there isn't. It was all make believe. It was all just an illusion. And look how you feel now knowing that that not problem was just an illusion that doesn't even exist. Look how in your mind's eye how you just laugh at it. Look at the dominoes effect of everything improving in your life now, that that not problem wasn't even there to start off with. Look how much better you feel. Laughing at it and saying, oh, geez, that was funny. And notice the sense of flow, of power, of ease. You have made the changes now, haven't you? When you're ready, you can open your eyes. So what's going through your head, Nathan? Handbrake?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, I don't know, it's like I'm catching like the tail end of something and I'm not exactly sure what that something is.
What are you actually thinking about? I'm going to ask you questions.
I'm thinking about what I've written down, and I'm like,
Can we give you a hint?
yeah.
You know, when I talk to you, you're too busy wanting to say back what's in your head and what you've written down. It's exactly alright. Don't need to reply, just think about it. You'll work it out. Alright, let's go to the next one. I know you know it makes sense. So you know when you came in this retreat, you didn't know what you wanted to do in your life?
Yeah.
You had all the right answers, you had the answers. You've been telling us since you were. And you know how you wanted to fix your relationship, you wanted unity? Yeah? You know how to do that too, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. That's my brother.
Not
You do. Yeah, of course, bro. You don't have to explain yourself, you can do it, it's fine. Cool. Alright. You all good?
Oh, man.
See, boys, you let us smile. See, Marcus? It's not going to cost you anything.
Matthew had the strangest cheeky smile on his face.
Oh, man.
Well, you can share my experience with you.
Of course,
Something
yeah.
that's last
Yeah.
totally different to the person I did this 3 months ago. And that last one of mine was cling on to people and what they say too much. Too much, just give them too much time. And just somewhere in between that support team and us, but they just dropped so badly. I almost dropped up and they just wasn't there. And just done. That's how I feel.
Just releasing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because that was a big one. Or it used to be for me anyway.
Yeah, I remember this one.
That's it. Just go. How do you feel now? Just enjoy the ride. Good stuff. Cheers, brother.
Got that smile on
Why did we do this at day one? Why did we do this at day one?
face. Smile on face.
I haven't ever seen you smile that big before.
I know.
I may not used to seeing it.
What have you realised? It's funny, isn't it?
Oh,
It's funny the stuff we make up.
yeah.
True. Glad you realised that. That's almost a pop. Almost.
It is. Listen, it's like a green Can I bus share
Oh,
mine?
Oh,
Go from in here. I was thinking about all my, the bang in my head, and it just went. God, and I was like, I saw it with my eyes, like it just went.
So we're talking about
And I was like, oh.
Dig deeper.
This is right.
yours, Max.
Well, I was talking last night about my self-worth towards money.
Nathan, is Marcus on your paper or is it over there? So get out of your head, stop being selfish and give your brother this week.
Yeah, last night when I was talking about self-worth, how I kind of, actually I said it today. Did I say it today? I can't remember. But how I don't know how much, I could say I'm worth. So I use that one and it took me to my partner, and it took me back to my ex before that, and it took me to me, and it took me to my father, and it took me back to me, and it took me to my father, and then it took me back to me, and it made me realise it was just me all along. I just made it the effect, it affected me, and I brought it all the way to here.
Was it a decision?
And blamed it on everyone else.
Was it a decision that you're allowing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's a really good explanation as well.
Now it makes me feel way more confident about,
Your physiology's changed, man. Your actual physiology's changed.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's just when you just fully let go, and just get into their hearts and just let it go. Just let it flow. Like it's just happening. That's what I picked up.
Good stuff. That's what it's about. Remember, it doesn't matter how much I sit here and I go, until you actually take yourself there and realise that most of this stuff is just made up. It doesn't even exist. Well, welcome to the Matrix. Why are you shaking your head? I'm not even looking at you, I can see you shaking your head.
I'm just trying to get the whole concept and I'm just not.
So do you want to follow my instructions again?
Yeah.
There's no try. And why are you trying to get the concept? Just feel it. Or are you going to go swimming?
Yeah, no.
Do you want to swim or do you want to...
That's all.
Are you going to follow instructions?
Yeah.
Or are you going to try to work something out that you don't understand and you never will? Or just feel it?
Let's go. That's all.
Process. That's it. Accept the process. Do you have trust in what we're doing?
Yeah, I do.
More important, do you have trust in yourself? No, of course you don't. Alright, so you trust the process then.
Yeah.
So if you try to work it out, you can't work it out. These guys aren't trying to work it out, look at them, they're just fucking feeling it.
Sorry, bro. That's really funny.
Never be sorry for me.
Nah, but well, you know, he's in the bad person
Supported by the average students.
Just go. Let it
Hey,
go,
bro.
brother.
Let it go.
You let it go, man, it's just going to go. By the way, you're just going to go, oh!
So you've had so even before you come to this retreat, you've had everything you need within you. You know, you've just come here so that you can remember. That's all it is. That's what everyone's doing. You know, I haven't put nothing into your brains, have I, guys? Nothing. Have I told you what I think?
No.
I'm just basically laid a path for you, and you guys are stepping down it, and it's taking you to a result in an outcome. Make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a bit quiet. How you
That's
feeling? Good. Yeah. Good answer.
You know how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
You know what's up.
I'll say it again. Welcome to the Matrix. All right. So, we've got one left. So we're into beliefs, yeah? Am I right?
Yeah.
Let's do it. What is the problem? How do you know it's a problem? When did you decide that? When don't you do it now? Now is the time to not be doing it now. What are you not deciding when you don't do it? Good. How is that different from how you were? That's right. How do you know that now? You've enjoyed looking back at these changes now, haven't you? What other changes would you like to make now that you haven't already made, haven't you? That's right. And from those changes that you've already made now, what other changes have you made which have already happened? When is now the perfect time to stop it being a limitation? How many ways now you know you've solved this now? Haven't you? I know now that you know now that you see things differently. Now as you look at the new possibilities from that not problem that didn't exist, look what changes from now to then, which has always been now. Look and say to yourself that you realise that you've known the answer all the way right to now and beyond and beyond. So what is that problem? deciding that. Okay. Where were you when you were deciding that now? Good. Just before that, where were you? As you think about your present situation in life right now, notice how many more options you have. Notice how many more doors have opened. Notice what and who have come into your life. Think of that not old problem and notice how you feel now. I've already made that decision. As you think about the next time you have made or have made that decision that limits you, knowing what you know now, notice how much better you feel not doing it now. Notice what has already changed. Notice how you've already become. Notice what already is. And notice what you already are. And notice how that makes you feel. And when you're ready, you can come back down into the room. Open your eyes. What's everyone looking at me?
I want to use that.
Was I literally up there? I can't hide up the window.
He's
Shit
all
on
right.
me going,
Woo! He's all the way at the top of to come down.
I've got something else.
Man, I thought I wasn't getting it. And then on the last question, I just got this massive picture of who I am. Like, really who I am. I was just like, whoa.
You stop trying to work it out.
I wasn't getting, none of the questions were like matching up to his. I was just sort of like, let go of it, yeah. And then the
Nothing's
last
supposed to
one
make
just went,
sense.
I went straight there. I was like, I'm going in on this. Close my eyes on.
I'm going like that. Turn the music down. Turn the music down. I thought he was asleep. Because he's looking at me. I know. I didn't turn the music down. How you feeling, Molly? Oh, yeah? Perfect. Perfect. Do you feel a bit mind fucked? Everyone?
That's an understatement.
Glad I'm doing my job.
it gets rid of a lot though. A lot of shit that's in there for no reason. Like been in there for so long that we forgot about
Perfect,
it.
for no
All of a
reason.
sudden it just goes straight back to and everything's probably just going to lead back to us. You know,
Who you've always been.
yeah, that's how I was just saying it. Like everything's just going to keep on trying to do anything with it. Okay, this is,
What about, so we've got two more, yeah? Am I right? Oh, wow. Alright, let's get these bad boys. Remember, don't think, feel. Yeah. So the more you take yourself there, the more you don't try to work it out, the more you don't think and feel, the more you playful out, what do you get?
Results.
You get what is meant to be. What are you looking at, mate?
Just remembering what I was feeling. Like I actually felt like a zap to the ribs. And yeah, it was weird.
Felt like a zap in the ribs.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was really like the form job. And yeah,
Did it take you? What did you see? I'll ask you.
I don't know. I don't know if it was something visual than it was more of a feeling. So,
If you do feel a little bit blocked or a little bit numb, ask yourself an open question. If I was to know, what would it look like? What would it feel like? You know, if I was to direct my attention, where would it go? What would show up? Yeah? All right, let's do limiting a belief that doesn't even exist. Now, what's wrong? What caused this problem? How have you found to resolve this? How can you overcome a solution to your problem? What would you like to change? Good. When will you stop it from being a limitation? How many ways do you know you have solved this? Haven't you? I know you are changing and seeing things differently, aren't you? What would happen if you did redecide? What wouldn't happen if you did? What wouldn't happen if you didn't? What would happen if you did? Do you have a problem? Go inside and see in vain if you have that same problem. It was a terrible problem, wasn't it? If you want to make changes now, haven't you? What would it be like now if you have made those changes now? And if you see that same problem, not problem, now. In the future, as you look back and see what it was like to have that not problem, as you think about it now, if you could make those changes for yourself and you could stop from having made those changes and see yourself now. Good. Do you like the way you look if you could make those changes and look back at yourself from having made those changes now? Look what's different. Look at what has always been. That you've just noticed all the way right now to now. It was always there. Did you realize that? Look what else it brings into your life. look what else is already. For this time, you've been thinking that you have to become, that you have to search. But now you've just realized you've always been and you've always had. Good. And look how you just look at your former self and laugh that you've always had everything within you all the way right back to now. And that not problem did not and has never not existed. So what's that problem? Oh, so you've decided that already. Good. Where were you deciding that? And just before when you were deciding that, where were you? As you think about the present situation in your life now, notice how many more options you have right now. As you think now about the old, non-existent, not problem, notice how you feel. As you think about that next time you would have made a decision that was a limiting belief, knowing what you know now, notice how much better you feel not doing it. What is it? Can't remember. Good. What is it not? Everything. Okay. I believe you. How do you know? Good. What is it that you are pretending to now know to know this now? How do you know it's not a problem? When did you decide that? When don't you do it now? Good. What are you deciding when you don't do it now? How is that different from how you were? That's right. And how do you know that now? Good. You've enjoyed looking back at the change now, haven't you? What other changes would you like to make now? Haven't you? Good. As you look at the changes that you've already made and have always been, look how empowered you are. Look how empowered you've always been. Look at how you've always been in control of your life. And now, as you return into the room, you're going to come back with a sense of full control, full empowerment, and full clarity of where you've always been and you always will be. As leaders of men. ready, and only when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Just kind of is very vivid sort of landscapes and stuff. The belief that I focused on that one, it was about me and other people. Can I share?
If you like, it's up to you. You can do anything you want.
It was about my peers when I was sipping.
Mhm.
And I sort of had this, it kind of was a bit blurry, I went sort of off track a little bit, and like the memories and stuff that was sort of popping up.
Yeah.
And there was this final vision, and I was standing on the edge of a cliff, like on the edge of a vista, looking out over a huge, almost like a volcano actually. I was looking out over that, and it's like greatness.
Yeah. When you made that decision, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. That you've already done. That you already did. Cool. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to give you a 10-minute break, 10-15-minute break, go to the toilet, you know, do whatever you have to do, shake it off, don't try to think about it too much. Then we're going to come back and do a very, very powerful exercise, which is basically will make or break you. It's called a future ghost pattern, and Regan and I are going to be running that. And this is something that is, you know, it's been a big shift in a lot of the retreats. It's been a massive shift in, you know, I know when I do it, and this is something that you want to go full out, yeah. Why are you guys looking at them when I'm talking to you? And I'm just saying, these boys, I'm talking to them and they're looking at these boys. You need to be present. Do you guys know what I said? Adam?
After you go for a toilet break, you can come back and do ghost patterns.
What else about it? Guys, if you need me to get more entertaining, or if you need me to get louder, softer,
It's going to make us a practice.
you know what I mean? Like if someone's talking to me, if Tiny's talking to me, and I shift my consciousness somewhere or I move, you know, for one thing is